Let me welcome everyone joining me today from any part of the world. I'm deeply grateful for the privilege to be here sharing with us tonight on what I've captioned preparing for the new year. Preparing for the new year. This is a subject that I believe is going to be dear to our hearts as we get set. And the purpose of this session today will be to explore what does it take for you and I to maximize the new season, the new year coming. The Bible talks about it in 2 Chronicles chapter 27 verse 6, 2 Chronicles 27 verse 6, it says, Jotham became great because he prepared his way before the Lord. So greatness is rooted in our preparation. And that's why what we're discussing at the session today is critical to how well you and I will fare in the new year. Proverbs chapter 16, the book of Proverbs chapter 16 verse 1 talks about the preparation of the heart and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. That means God will only answer what you and I are prepared for. I will say this, God has a plan for you and I, but you and I need to sit down and plan our way before the Most High God. Everything that you and I need to walk into, there has to be a deliberate attempt to settle down before the God of heaven and then plan our way into monumental success. So this, as I said, is to maximize this season, prepare you and I, and position us for the new year, the new season coming. It's all about positioning. And the key to that positioning is preparation. Remember, Jotham became great because he prepared his way before the Lord. Opportunity comes only to those who are prepared. And our greatness is tied to our preparation. Our standing in the new year is going to be is tied to our detailed preparation for the new season coming. The Bible talks about Abraham said, he said he calling those things that be not as though they were. That is, seeing things ahead, because things you see in the physical are first conceived, first in the spiritual. And that's why, I must emphasize here today that spiritual preparation must be at the core of our preparation efforts as we look forward to the new year. Why do we need to prepare? Because to be prepared is to be free from frustrations and regrets in the new year. So if you and I want to be free from regrets and frustrations, then the key is preparation. Opportunity only comes to those who are prepared. Now, but as the year, the current year wraps up, let's explore a couple of things that we need to be mindful of. Number one, you must document what I call your Thanksgiving points. No assumptions. Get a journal, settle down, you and God, and document. I call it Thanksgiving points. That is, these are things people are used to prayer points. I'm talking about Thanksgiving points, things that you need to thank God for. For example, the gift of life, the salvation of your soul, for example, the protections over the year. Psalm 103 is always my reference point. He talks about, bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that within me, bless your soul, and begin to list everything that God was doing. He forgive all our iniquities. He redeem our soul from destruction. Settle down, count your blessings, and in a Thanksgiving point, and go before the Lord. As a matter of fact, for you and I to be able to experience God in a new way. Psalm 100 verse 4 says, enter his gate with thanksgiving and his court with praise. So the year must be ended in thanksgiving. You thank God for that, this year that's given to you, privilege to see all through, and then he's committed to giving you next year. That's how to enter the new year. Number two things as a wrap up this current year is to review and audit and the habits that are not serving you and those that are serving you. The Bible calls this lay aside every weight. If you review this year, you will discover that there are some things that have worked. There are some things that need to be reviewed. Some weight needs to be left aside. So you must lay aside every weight, every little thing that is distracting you from God's given agenda for your life. You have to lay it aside. Number three things, you must review and audit your associations, because your relationship matters as you get set for the new year. There are some people that probably you've encountered this year that have had quite a value to your life. And there are people that, again, you are not too sure whether you want to go into the next year with them. Review and make the right decisions about those relationships that you want to cultivate and nurture in the new year, and those that you want to review and say, hey, I think at this point in time, I want to continue differently. Number 14, you must be sensitive in these final hours. In the days and the hours leading to the close-up of this year, you can't afford to be careless. Don't be carried away by all of these end of the year social activities. Be focused and recognize that you have to create time to prepare. There is always a tendency to be busy. And then before you know what happens, you're already in the new year. You have to be mindful of this. Don't be careless. Number 15 is as you attend all the crossover services, you must be sensitive to catch a word in season. There's a word for the season for you. Many of you have caught your word already, but many are yet to catch a word. You must carry a word, specific word sent to you. And what about your word? Your word is anything that speaks to your moment, that speaks to your situation at this time. So as you go into the services, be sensitive to what is being taught. Be sensitive to your each of the services, and catch a word for yourself. Because one thing is very critical here. I always tell people, ask for your own word. When you go to your services, the first thing you do is you settle down, Lord, send me my own word today. As the word is being taught today in all the services, Lord, send me my own word. And be sensitive to catch your own word, because only those who ask can ever receive. So let's go briefly into what should my preparation look like as I get set for 2024, the new year coming. Number 1, you must set specific personal development goals on 3 specific areas. First, number 1, your spiritual. There must be a spiritual plan for next year. There must be a mind plan. That is, how do you personal development plan for your mind, for your soul, and then your body. Remember, man is a spirit. He has a soul, a mind, and then he lives in the body. So there must be a plan. What am I going to do to build myself spiritually in a new year? Because spiritual operation is key. In fact, 3 John verse 2 says, Beloved, I wish thou prospered and be in health, even as thy soul prospered. So it is important that our prosperity plan, our development plan must feature the spiritual level, the mind level, and the body level. Very critical. So you get a journal and then circle all of these areas: spiritual, mind, and body. Specific areas. Body speaks to your health and vitality because it's critical. And your mind, how your mind is critical to your destiny. So you have to develop your mind. There are books to read. There are podcasts to listen to. There are spiritual, engagement. For example, I always tell people you must have, for example, a Bible plan, Bible reading plan rather, or a commitment to build some specific spiritual habits as you wake up every morning as you get into the new year. Number 2, you must have specific plan around for you if you're married, around your marriage, around your family, if you have children. And then your financial plan. What is exactly you looking forward to? This year probably have not been, I think a tough year for many, or something about a year for abundance for many. Whatever that look like for you, make a plan. Even your relationships, who are those that you'll be associating with? What are you do? Who will be your mentor in specific areas? You must sit down. Jesus said, who is it that want to build a tower that will not sit down first? You have to settle down and specifically identify these areas: spiritual, mind, body, family, marriage, financial, and relationships. I guarantee you, don't assume. Specific area, document specific plans, great ideas on how you want to improve in all of these areas. Number 3, recognize the place of building your faith from the first month of the year. As a matter of fact, we have this, prayer and fasting season that come up every January. That is a way to sow the first month of the year in as a seed, and then the rest of the year become a bliss, become settled. Why? Because you are laying the foundation. The Bible talks about Psalm 11 verse 3 says, if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? So use the first month as a foundational year to build yourself spiritually, and then you set your stage for success in subsequent months. For example, participation in the 21-day prayer and fasting, I strongly recommend that. And even if where you're attending as a church doesn't do this, make a personal plan. It's all about you at the end of the day. Every house is built by some man. Number 2 thing, 3, I will cut that. So 3 A's, be part of the 20 prayer and fasting. And then next is commit to a whole Bible plan reading. There's always, couple of opportunities here to develop a Bible plan. Even every Bible has a plan on it. Check it out and commit to, a verse a day, a chapter a day, whatever that look like for you, get it. Because the more of the word you get into, Joshua chapter 1 verse 8 says, let this word be in your mouth, meditate upon it day and night, and then they shall make their way prosperous and they shall have good success. So commit to, Bible reading plan for the new year. And then, of course, like I talked about, building your mind, reading books, a book a month, a book in 2 months, whatever that look like for you, whatever your pace look like, commit to reading a number of books in specific areas, particular areas that you know are going to be very beneficial to your life, areas that you are struggling with. For some of us, it could be, prayer life. For some of us, it could be the supernatural, whatever that look like, building your faith in every way possible, reading specific books by method authors who have testimonies for what they are preaching or what they are teaching. Make thanksgiving your lifestyle. It's a daily habit. Psalm 34 verse 1, one of my best scriptures says, I will bless the Lord at all times. I'm telling you, if you commit to an habit of thanksgiving as a lifestyle every day, I'm telling you, it will be an amazing year for you. It's life free of stress and free of rancor, because when you thank God, there are benefits to making thanksgiving a lifestyle, free of depression, free of stress, and you all be grateful at every point in time in your life, and that brings a number of benefits. As I've been taught in some of our various teachings on this platform. Subscribe to a life-giving YouTube video channel or podcast. What you're hearing today is a platform where we are committed to sharing tips and ideas on how you and I can just not just live better life, but live a life, what I call abundant life, of principles gleaned from scriptures. And subscribe to some channels like this nature, and I can guarantee you have, where you can draw strength from time to time. From your career, for those of us who are in career or in businesses, make a plan to achieve specific goals. What are you looking forward to? Because you have to have specific goals. The path of righteous man shine brighter and brighter. So you have to have specific growth plans. Where you are is not your rest. There are greater things from where you're at. You have to make plans to grow. You have to make plans to expand. What does that look like? And that's one of the reasons why you must attend conferences, attend seminars, attend workshops. For some of you in career, you have to be about, certifications and all of that. And so these are specific areas that you must look into. Let me conclude quickly tonight. The word of caution is, as this year wraps up, spiritual holiday is a risk. You have to be careful. Like I said earlier, don't be careless. Redeem the time and invest your time wisely, because only those who review their approach can improve their lives. That's why you must review the current year as the wraps up you close, and then as you get set for the new year. There are some things that only you and I can do for ourselves. I said earlier in Hebrews 3 verse 4, every house is built by some man. God is the builder of all things. That's why we need God in our affairs. Spiritual, preparation must be at the core of our preparation. And the race for the new season has begun. I must tell you all. And only those who are prepared adequately can maximize the new season. God answers thanksgiving faster than prayers ahead. And one of our major events this year, that turned my life. That has shifted the way I pray, the way I prepare for the new year. More of thanksgiving than even asking for things, for myself. Because I know as I give God thanks, I receive faster answer. Because thanksgiving is the height of faith. How do I mean? When you thank God for things yet to appear, God is committed. And in a short while, He will testify of those things. New seasons will demand new steps of faith. The question is, are you ready for the new season coming? As we get set for the new year, I like to admonish you to thank your way into the new year, because it is the cardinal way to commit God into your affairs. My prayer is you will succeed. You will make it, and God's name shall be glorified. The new year coming shall be our best year ever. For you and I, as we get set in preparation, like Jotham, shall become great. It shall be a great year, and will return with abundance of testimonies to the glory of God. God bless you all, and thank you for listening. I believe strongly that this will set the stage for the new year, and be blessed in Jesus' precious name. Amen.